Hey guys, Palo Synthmania, March 14, 2019. We're here in Treppendorf, Germany for the Thomann Synth Reactor event. Having a lot of fun, and I'm here with Bryan with Arturia. Hi, Bryan.
Hi, how you doing?
Very well, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Very happy to be here.
Thank you. And we have in front of us this little jewel here of engineering, the MicroFreak. Love this machine. I tried it in NAMM. And I was really surprised for what you can do with it.
Great.
All the types of sounds that you can concoct on it, both digital, hybrid, and analog as well, because the filters on this one are really good.
Correct.
So if you want to give a little bit of introduction as to what the MicroFreak is, what you will use it for, what type of synthesis it has.
Sure. So it's a little bit something different to what Arturia has done before. You might know us for making the brute range of analog synthesizers. Yep. And then we make the controllers, and then of course we make the software instruments that you find in V Collection. So we wanted to try something a little bit different to create a different type of sound. This is the result of that, the MicroFreak, and I think the name explains the product quite well, is that it can be safe and traditional. You can get your bass sounds, you can get your leads or pads, and then you can get those totally weird experimental sounds as well. So the starting point really is the multi-mode digital oscillator. So it ships with 11 different modes. So what that means is you've got a whole bunch of different sound sources that you can use as the initial sound. And then from there, it's to add different functionality to create a whole bunch of different movement. So when you look at it from the top, there are a few things that you will notice. So this right over here is the multi-mode filter, this one here. So you can flick through your different modes that you've got there, and then each one can be edited as well. So you've got wave, timer, and shape, and they can be adjusted and really affect the sound quite a lot. From there we go into the filter. Now, as you mentioned before, it is an analog filter. It's based on the Oberheim SEM 12 dB filter. So it's kind of sweet and smooth sounding, quite musical, but it can be quite aggressive if you need it to be. So using the cutoff and resonance in conjunction. So you got low pass, band pass, and high pass filter with that. But we're not even halfway yet with all the features that you've got. So you've got a standard envelope here, which you can assign to various things on the matrix, which we'll come to a bit later on. And then we've got the cycling envelope as well. So that just adds another layer of flexibility and control to create that movement that you might want to create. We've got an ARP and a sequencer on this, which is a nice little touch, especially when performing live.
How many steps on the sequencer?
It can be 64 steps up on the sequencer. So it's a lot of control. And then, of course, it's the part here at the bottom, which is new to quite a lot of people, is a PCB keyboard. So usually on a keyboard or a piano, you have to push the note, and then it only takes once you hit that point of contact. With this, as soon as you touch it with your fingertip, it's going to create a sound. So there's no mechanical action here. It took me about 20 seconds to get used to playing that. I'm used to playing pianos. I'm used to playing synth action keyboards. So this was a little bit strange at first, but it's quite a lot of fun. And because it's so sensitive, there's a lot that you can do from that.
And I'm impressed that it's got velocity, and also you were mentioning Polyphonic Aftertouch, which is huge. That's a feature a lot of people are asking for.
Yes, it is. So with this, essentially it's a monophonic digital synthesizer with an analog filter, but we do have paraphonic mode as well. So it's 4-part paraphonic. So you can use the Polyphonic Aftertouch either internally, or if you just want to use this as a controller keyboard to control synthesizers that can receive Polyphonic Aftertouch, something like the Arturia CS80V from the V Collection. So you can use that just as a controller because it is extremely sensitive. So yes, it's pressure and velocity sensitive all in one. And then you've got additional features like this ribbon here, which would control pitch bend. Well, let's get it on a bass preset. And then you've got spice and dice mode,
Yeah,
which I'll show you a bit later.
I was wondering what those are.
That's got to do with the sequencer. It's just to, as the name implies, it's just to spice things up a little bit, just to add a bit of randomness in the sequence.
Yeah. Was this that Moog bass that I was playing with before, or
that was the one? Yeah. So this is a preset that comes included with this. That's the fascinating thing about this is essentially it is a digital synthesizer. But you can get a lot of low end from this. That's just the way it's been made. It's not quite the same low end that you would get from a big analog synth like the Matrix Brute, but it's not far off.
I was impressed by the quality of the filter for that sound. If I may, like
go for
when
it.
opening that.
Yeah, it's a powerful filter. We tried various different filters, and this is the one that worked particularly well with this. So it ships with 128 presets, which is nice. And there's also an additional 128 slots that are blank. So if you, like me, like to create your own presets, you can just say, you can overwrite the factory presets. So you've got a total of potentially 256 presets. It does come with some software that you can connect it up to your computer. So if you create 1,000 presets, I create 5,000 presets. We can store them on there and just bring in the presets that you want. And of course, you can arrange them in order. So if your band is playing a live set and you're using 26 presets in that show, you can just organize them from 1 to 26. So you don't have to have a piece of paper with the order. You can just flick through them.
Fantastic. As far as connections in the back, like obviously it's got MIDI out, so you can use the polyphonic.
That's right. Yeah. So it's got MIDI out, it's got MIDI in, it's got USB connectivity. So right now we've got it connected with a power supply. It can be powered by USB, so connected to the laptop or a hub. But also it works with one of those portable phone chargers, you know, the battery packs. So on the aeroplane on the way here, I was sitting with my headphones and my little phone charger, and all the other passengers were going, what the hell is that thing
That's cool.
that is playing on? It's got clock in and out, it's got CV gate and pressure connectivity.
So you can use it to control your rack.
Exactly, yeah. So you can use it just as a module if you wanted to. You could have it on the other side of the room and not have to touch it.
Sure.
But with the MIDI, it's particularly useful. So you can use it to control the keyboard, to control external hardware, or virtual synthesizers if you wanted to do that as well, and it's so expressive. So integration with this is something that we've certainly implemented, because we've got a lot of software users and we've got a lot of hardware users, and it's nice to be able to have things talking together. So if we have a analog drum machine on one side and Korg Volkers on the other side, everything will work together quite perfectly.
Fantastic. Can we go through some of the patches just to show how different it can sound? Like it really can sound analog from this patch and digital on the next one. So
definitely. So we've got the. So if we wanted to put an arpeggiator on that, we just click that button that says
and then it will trigger the arpeggiator.
It'll trigger that. So that if you want to do something, you push a button. There's no scrolling through menus, no sub-menus.
I personally love that. I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, it's just so that if you're in the moment, if you're feeling creative, you can just switch it on and then play something. So to scroll through the presets, you just turn that button there. Long decay, still going. Let's go to preset 2, which says short string. So you can see here paraphonic mode is switched on. So that would be a that's the pressure sensitivity that is assigned to control the cutoff.
The filter.
And that's all done through the matrix.
Yeah, that was a lovely string sound. I was wondering, like, can you quickly switch the octave? Because it was high, and then I spotted it right here. So if I wanted to go down, like, from this is... And then you have a...
So we can do the same thing, whatever that was. Or even lower if you wanted to. Now what we can do with this is I've shown you the arpeggiator, but we've got a sequencer as well.
Yeah.
So to do that, we've got shift with a blue circle. So if we click that, it's going to light up in blue.
Right.
And then let's put...
appropriate for the type of sound.
Yeah, totally.
Nice,
I
nice
mean, that's just a random
string
one,
sound.
and it works quite well.
Yeah.
And then you get to different patterns as well. So what I'll do is just play through that that pattern, and then I'll show you that we can record in our own notes
On top of it.
and then we can actually automate what's going on there as well.
Very cool.
So what I did there was switch from pattern A to pattern B. It records the automation,
Yep.
but also you can play live over that. What I'll do now is on the same preset, I'm just going to do a bit of editing of the waveform, and you can hear the difference that is going to make.
Sounds good.
Okay, and then I'm going to change the type as well. This is where you're going to hear the real big difference.
Fantastic. And this is why I was saying this is actually a flexible, versatile unit, because I was trying all the filters on all the modes on the tent, and I was really impressed. You wouldn't think such a little machine has the capability of creating so many different types of sounds as far as synthesis. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing about it. I mean, it's small, it's
Yeah.
compact, it can be USB powered with a little battery pack. It's very, very lightweight.
Yeah.
But there's lots of features on here. Of course, you've got sub-menu things. If you want to create and save your preset, you've got utility mode. So in that, you can adjust just that particular preset. So if you wanted preset number 17 to be louder, you can do it just on that or not globally. But you've got your sync options there. So you can select the source if you want to have the source as MIDI, USB, clock, or just pick things up automatically. You can do that as well. And then you've got a panel mode. So what a lot of people like to do is just push panel, which overrides the settings. So whatever you turn, you're totally live. Yeah. Which, if you know about synthesis, is a great thing. You can just build something up over a period of time.
Yeah, other keys, they call it like manual mode or panel mode. Yeah, it's pretty much... I
That's
use it
right.
all the time. I
Yeah,
like to be
we've
able
got that feature on the Matrix Brute. There's
Yeah.
quite a lot of Matrix Brute in this, especially by having the patch matrix here. And there's a lot of things that you can do. The cycling envelope, for example. So if I just go to a blank preset over there. So if I wanted the cycling envelope to control, let's say, the filter cutoff, I'm just going to turn that. So cycle envelope, filter cutoff. Push that there, and then I'm going to turn it up full for maximum effect. And that's before we've even gone and really shaped the wave. So if you want to add a little bit of flavor to that. Okay, so let's put on the sequencer, give that a play. Oops. So in that case, we've got a dedicated LFO, but in this case, the cycling envelope can. So really what a standard envelope does, it goes from left to right, and then it stops at that point. The cycling envelope, as the name implies, cycles again. So it keeps going round and round, and you can change the speed of that. Right. And you can assign it to pitch, to wavetable. So this is another feature that's really good. So you've seen me.
It will cycle through the wavetables.
It'll cycle through the different wavetables, which is by setting the amount, just a fraction, you'll be able to notice it. But if you set it extreme, you're going to get things that you probably haven't heard before.
Fantastic. And I was like, it's got like a striking design. Really, did you guys design in-house or
all of this was done in-house?
Yeah.
We decided, we went through a few different names, and then we were just like, this thing is a freak.
It's a freak.
That's
very
where
unique,
the freak came from.
Very unique. Also the colors and gold and white and black, really stylish.
Yeah,
like
we wanted to be, if it's somebody's first synthesizer, it's very affordable. You can get in there, you can get, as I said, the classic sounds, the lead sounds, and the freaky sounds. But it's also for the person, if it's their 8th or 15th or 16th synthesizer, to have in the studio. It is a little bit different. It's quite inspiring. It's a sort of thing where you switch it on, play around, and then hopefully it'll inspire people just by hearing a sound or a pattern to carry on and creating music. So
I gotta ask you this, Bryan. The keyboard can talk. Was that a sample or is it generated by synthesis?
It's generated by synthesis.
Hello.
It's one of the types.
Hello.
So you don't have to talk to people if you don't want.
Hello.
You can just say hello like that.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Super cool.
So yeah, it's one of the types. So if we go through it, you've got chord mode there, you've got rain, and then one of them is the speech.
Hello. 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 Hello.
And then you can change.
Romeo. 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 R 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 blue, 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 violet, violet, green, yellow, 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 yellow.
Should we talk about the price?
Sure, and availability.
Price and availability. So it's going to be available in April this year, 2019. So from now, it's about 4 weeks away. By the time people are watching it, hopefully it's going to be on the shelves of their music store. And the price in dollars, $299, and the price in euro, $299 as well. So it's a whole lot of synth for not too much
Very
cash.
affordable for what it offers. Fantastic. All right, maybe we want to end the video by playing a few more sounds to show the types of synthesis, or
Great. Let's do that.
all yours. Because it had some metallic sounds that were really cool. I was testing it earlier.
Switch that off. We take it to the very first preset. Okay.
Electronic.
Fantastic. The MicroFreak is a very versatile freak. So thank you very much, Bryan, for showing it to us.
Thank you.
And you can do a lot of styles of music with this machine, so very impressive. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.